All right. Welcome, Claire.
Thank
Claire,
you.
Claire is our new marketing, helping us out with marketing for the fall. Is that right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So really happy that you have joined us
Mhm.
and we chatted about this, but it's just like a really awesome time to join VIDA where we're expanding so rapidly. And so far we haven't really had some marketing expertise. Like this is a kind of a new area that we're finally saying, okay, it's time to put some focus there. So really grateful to have you.
Great. Thank you. I know I've heard from many people like it's about time that the social marketing intern starts, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get
It's
in there.
time. Well,
Hmm.
and that's actually kind of a cool opportunity where maybe it is something that we're going to need permanently. Maybe it's a way for you to test out, if this is something that you really love and Vita might be the right company for you.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, can we have like a very brief history of Claire? Kind of where'd you grow up? What did you and your family do? Some of that stuff, and then your school. You told me the other day, like your different kind of programs that you've gone through that led you here.
Yeah, of course. So I was born in Ontario and I lived there till I was 5. And then we moved from there to Pictou County. I grew up in Stellarton until I was about 18 years old. And I really loved growing up there. My brother, who is 5 years older than I am, did not like it at all. But I think it's because he was 10 years old when we moved. So a lot harder over time to transition. But small town, I'm still best friends with my best friend I met when I was 5. And then from there, my family moved to Halifax. And at that time, I went to St. Mary's just for 1 semester. And then I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to stop after this and just kind of like figure it out.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah.
Um, I did the same thing at Carleton, and I just call it now my warm-up lap.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it. I don't say dropped out anymore because I'm like, no, no.
It's a warm-up. Yeah.
Warm up lap. Yeah. So I worked for the rest of the time. I worked at Sobeys in Stellarton. So I just transitioned to the Queen Street Sobeys. And then after that, I went to Dow for therapeutic recreation, so a bachelor in science, which I really enjoyed. And I also had an internship for that. And I did it at the mental health unit at Mount Hope in Dartmouth. Um,
Yeah.
and that was great.
Can you explain a little bit what that means, the therapeutic, what did you say? Therapeutic recreation?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's working with clients to kind of, um, find what interests them to help them kind of like rehabilitate them, um, and find what they love to do to help them through whatever they're going through. So, like at Mount Hope, I was working with them kind of to figure out like what kind of hobbies would they be interested in and what, because that's a big thing. A big part of life is, having those things to help your mental health, physical health. And yeah, so I really enjoyed it. I just wasn't so interested in working within the healthcare system. So after that, I was like, I don't know what I want to do. And I always had an interest in interior design. And so prior to therapeutic recreation, I applied to a program in New York because that's where my parents were living at the time. And I was accepted to a program there for interior design, but I made the decision. But after I completed the degree, I was like, I still kind of have like the design interest in mind. So I went to NSCC for a 1 year certificate that was Applied Media and Communication Arts. And it's kind of like graphic design, photography, animation, print, um, communications, a little bit of everything. And after that, I was like, oh, I'm kind of interested in PR, kind of interested in marketing. Like maybe I'll try and look into that. And then the pandemic hit. Um, so then I decided to do some online courses through George Brown in Toronto, and they were just summer courses. So that was really good to kind of just get a glimpse of it. And after that, I was kind of hooked on marketing. And so then I was like, great, they have a program, I'll apply. And I was actually waitlisted, and then the pandemic wasn't getting better. And so eventually I got in, and then they're like, we're doing it online. So I was like, perfect. And yeah, now I'm here and
Nice.
free.
So, marketing question. What's like what's a marketing campaign or company that you feel is just like pure genius, that they've done a phenomenal job?
Well, I know that like Dash Hudson here in Halifax, they are really doing well. And they do a lot of marketing for companies like Apple and I think like Kylie Cosmetics and things like that. And so I think they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about like a brand who has, like a great tagline or a commercial that's memorable, one of those?
Yeah. Let me think. I remember I did one on Marmite. Like I did a project. Have you ever heard of Marmite? The like yeast extract that's really popular in Europe and
Oh,
England.
no.
And they have a great tagline, and my family uses Marmite all the time.
Yeah.
And it's something like, if you like, something to do with like, if you think you'll hate it, you have to try it. I forget the specific tagline, but and their commercials are hilarious. So I really like that.
They say
That's
you either
fun.
love it or hate it. Is that
Yeah.
right?
And the commercials are like hilarious. Like I think one, it's like a kid, you know, intern says to their parents, like, I really hate Marmite. And they're like, it's okay. And of course it's funnier than what I'm saying, but that's one company. And then I think another one that people would be more familiar with, I think like during the pandemic and when everything was kind of changing and Black Lives Matter was becoming more prominent in things, a lot of businesses had to shift kind of what they were doing. And Bon Appetit, they're like a magazine, and they really shifted their whole
Yeah.
everything, changed their YouTube channel, changed, a lot of their employees. And I think that they did a great job at that, and they're still working towards it, obviously, but I really love their marketing.
It's interesting, like the shift where the customer can impact pretty drastically what you're going to decide is your marketing
Oh,
focus.
yeah.
Like with Bon Appetit, it was this like kind of groundswell. They were forced because everyone realized how like there was all this kind of, I don't know, just preference given to like the white
Yeah.
chefs. And what I kind of liked too was that each of the different individual chefs kind of had like new spin-offs that
Yeah.
they started whenever everything kind of unraveled
Yeah.
with Bon Appetit. So I'll follow all of those guys too. Um, yeah, okay, next question. Best family vacation you've ever had?
Oh, wow. Well, my brother, no, he hated traveling with us. So family trips, I would always go on without my brother, but me and my parents would go to Florida, and I just remember spending the whole day in the ocean, and we'd eat key lime pie every single night, listening to jazz music while the sun set, and those were always
Oh,
my
that sounds lovely. What's your favorite meal?
my favorite meal. It would have to either be salmon. I love salmon. It's my favorite food, and or a good pasta dish.
Do you have
And
any
aren't
allergies?
I don't.
No
Um,
allergies?
but my dad has a lot of allergies, so we have to be careful of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I guess if anyone in the household does, you've got to pay attention. What's
Chocolate.
the last book you read?
The last book I read. Actually, it's one by Canadian author. They won an award last here, and I've been reading it the whole summer, so I can't even remember the title of it. I'm
It's
the type of person that like starts a book and aims to finish it really quickly, and then it just kind of
okay. I'm the kind of person who has like 5 books on the go and they're all like 80 pages in, 100 pages in with a
yeah.
bookmark.
Yeah.
If you walk into chapters, what's the first section you go to?
Oh, the home decor section
Mm,
and the
awesome.
cookbook section. Yeah.
Same cookbook. What is something that annoys you?
When people smack when they're chewing, or when they chew gum and it's like this aggressive chomping.
There was a teacher in my high school who said, who would, if someone was chewing gum, he'd say, "Hey, are you chewing some gum?" And they'd say, "Yeah." He'd say, "Well, don't announce it."
It's a good one.
What are the best qualities to have in a coworker?
I think honesty. Um, and to go with that, I guess like trust, like knowing that they'll have your back if you need help, and vice versa. If they need help, you're there to help them too. And I think a good sense of humor.
Love it. What non-job related type skills do you have?
Non-job related type skills that I love.
Interior design, I guess.
Interior design, I love that. I like to paint and draw. And I can tie a cherry stem in a knot in my mouth. I once saw I
Impressive.
doing that, and I was like, I need to learn how. So,
How many tries did it take you in order
oh,
to?
a long time, and it still takes a long time, but I can do it.
And the last question is, what's the worst job you've had or the worst like job that you've had to do?
Oh, once my dad said, I'll pay you per bucket for picking dandelions. And I mean, it takes a lot of dandelions to fill up the bucket that I had. And I remember I listened to the same song on repeat the whole time just to like get the job done. And by the end of it, I was like, this is not worth it. I'm done.
Oh my gosh, you should tell us what the song is so that if we hear it playing at the office, we'll know you're suffering.
It was an Usher song.
Let
Usher
it
and
burn.
Will I Am. Usher and Will I Am, where I think it's called Oh My God or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you very much. That concludes our intro Zoom with Claire. And again, we're so pumped to have you on the team. Can't wait to work together and do some awesome stuff this fall.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm excited too.